We're at Wildwood Park where tonight the Sheboygan A's host the West Allis Nationals in Wisconsin State League baseball action. Hello everybody. Alongside Maddie Allis and Lucas Schulze, I'm Mike Martin. We'll be bringing you tonight's baseball game. Sheboygan comes in 14-8 overall. They got a win last night over Kewaskum. They stand 6-2 in the New Bowl. And in tonight's game, the Wisconsin State League, Sheboygan is 1 under 500 at 4-5. West Allis comes in with a 6-6 State League record, but they are on a 4-game losing streak. They dropped a doubleheader to Lombard on Saturday, so they're struggling a little bit. Lucas, might be a good night for Sheboygan to even up that State League record.
Yeah, especially with the guy on the mound who they've gained a lot of trust in over the course of the season so far. And Sawyer Kolakowski's pitched just a 2.57 ERA, and he's really gotten the walks under control, something that we were a little worried about coming into the year. He's been a really efficient pitcher for this A's ball club.
It was all West Allis last year. They had a 5-1 record against the A's, 4-1 in State League action, and so far this season, Sheboygan is 0-1 against them. Is that right?
Yep.
They lost the first game.
That one at West Allis.
Extra innings. That's right. They blew a lead. If I remember reading that outstanding article by CJ on the website. Sawyer Kolakowski on the mound. He's gained the trust of Tim Moyer, picking up a start tonight, a league game. Leadoff hitter drills one out to center field. Carter Cayley making the catch. Radaman hitting the ball hard, but no success. The next up is Tyrese Mitchell.
Yeah, the A's offense has really been the story of the team the past couple of days.
Yeah, you had some information on that.
Over the last 5 games, 8.4 runs per game for this A's offense. We've been talking about struggled so much to get hits. Complete turnaround.
Our game time temperature is 59 degrees with cloudy skies. Hopefully the rain will hold off so we can get this game in. Our umpires tonight, Peyton Kelling on the bases, and behind home plate, Jason Worth. Over the head of Mitchell, evens the count at 2-2. Can be a dangerous game. I'm glad I'm up here.
Keep your eyes open.
It's also nice to have that netting in front of us so the windows don't get broke. Swung on and foul out of play. Count remains 2-2.
There's virtually no way our press box can get hit with the roof on top, the netting.
Defensively for Sheboygan, they got Kolakowski on the mound, Cal Casper behind the plate, John Hadley's at first, Jacob Neese at second, Harry's over at third. A slow roller over to Hadley. He's going to flip it over to Kolakowski for the easy put out. Riley Palmquist is at short. In the outfield, Braden Horn is in left, Carter Kelly is in center, and Alex Ames is in right. So pretty good defensive lineup for Sheboygan. You know, we've said it from the beginning of the year. We like Casper at catcher. He does a nice job back there. A little sidearm action from Sawyer.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times where he kind of just changes his arm slot mid appearance, sometimes even mid at bat.
Pitch just a bit inside and low. Evens the count at 1-1.
But it doesn't seem like he's tipping his pitches. The pitches look very similar. Be a fastball most times. He goes a sidearm route.
like a breaking ball that didn't come down enough, stayed up high. Carter's struggled at times with his control. So far this season, he's had 6 walks in 14 innings. Make it 7 in 14 2/3. If he can keep his control, he'll be quite effective.
The thing about him that's been better this year is that he's not completely relying on the strikeouts. He's relying more on balls in plays, get a lot more ground balls. That could help him get out of innings where he walks a couple batters.
Yeah, use your teammates. Comes into tonight's game with a 2.57 ERA and a 1-1 record. We got to the park tonight and we're looking at Tim Moyer's updated stats from the game last night, and interesting to see that the win was awarded to Brad Reinflesch.
Yeah, we had given it to Whalen. He pitched the 2 innings, the 3rd and 4th. And Reinflesch came in for that 5th. So, in just a 7-inning game, you wouldn't have figured that it would have gone to Whalen instead.
Pitch is inside, 3-0.
You're talking about how big of a game this is for Sheboygan, being just that game back of West Allis. They can jump them if they would come out with the win here.
There's a pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1. Count is 3-1. There's 2 outs. Lem is a runner at first. There's a drive to left field, but foul. Hunsinger, the hitter. Brian Hunsinger's been with the team for quite a few years.
You have to figure Tim wants a lot of innings out of Sawyer today, especially with the games coming up this weekend.
That ball is hammered to deep left. Horn racing over, plays it off the wall, and they're going to have to hold the runner at first, Lem, at third, and in with a stand-up double is Hunsinger. That was awfully close to getting out of here.
Yeah, great job by Horn not to try to make a play on that one. They could easily have scored Lem if he would have misjudged it. Play it off the wall nicely, keep that runner at third.
Dan Kibler, the right fielder, is up next. I hate to bring up something negative, Lucas, but last night that Kewaskum pitcher got the first 2 hitters, and Sheboygan sent the next 9 guys up, and they all got on base. Or was it 8?
Yeah,
4 of them by walk.
Like yeah, rough go of things after those first 2 batters reached. He kind of figured it out somewhat.
Hopefully we don't get a repeat of that this inning. Sawyer dropped down on that pitch and didn't get it in for a strike. It's now 2-1.
I think Sawyer's a more reliable pitcher than what we saw last night from Kewaskum.
Definitely, yep. So bouncing ball to Hadley, takes a nice hop, flips it over to Sawyer for the easy out again. And that ends the Nationals' first part of the first inning. When we come back, we'll have Sheboygan's.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Our interns for this year, we already mentioned Lucas Schulze and Maddie Albanese up here in the booth with me. We also have Rose Hahn and Hunter Rosh. And all the interns are doing a great job this year and really help out with the game day activities. It's really nice to have them. And you know what they're happiest about, fans? The paycheck. And they're also learning something along the way. Hey, why don't you go through our lineup, Lucas?
Let's do it. Leading off is Alex Ames. He's in right field today. Braden Horns, the left fielder, hitting second. Harry Stelt's back in the 3 spot, playing at third. Hitting cleanups, Jacob Neese. 5-0 hitters, John Hadley. Riley Palmquist is hitting 6th. Jerry Jurgensen, the DH, is hitting 7th. Cal Casper's behind the plate, hitting 8th. And then rounding it out is Carter Cayley, and he's in center field.
Good job with that. Defensively for the Nationals, they have Brian Hunsinger at first, Jack Zeller at second, Tyrese Mitchell at third, Logan Rodeman at short. In the outfield, left to right, Jonah Meidel, Nick Argersinger, and in right field, Dan Kibler. Catching is Ryan Lem, and pitching, of course, Joe Roundtree.
Ames has been a guy who was kind of, wasn't hitting as well as we have seen him hit earlier on the year, but he's really gotten his average up to 250, and that on base percentage is back over 400 like last
Right.
year.
He hasn't played a lot, like you said, but he's done a nice job when he's gotten in there. Good defensive player. Versatile, too. We
Yes.
see him in right, and he moved to second base last night.
Played a little short too. Not last night. During the season.
During the season. Good fastball. And umpire Worth saying that was tipped and not caught by Lem, so Ames stays alive. Just outside. Roundtree thought he had him. Even the guys up in the booth thought he got him.
Couple of pitches in a row from Roundtree where he thought he's got names. Got that foul ball in that last one.
That ball is outside, and Ames able to draw the walk. Lucas, I think at some point here you should interview Tim and ask him what his philosophy is on building a batting order. Because except for a couple of guys like Harry at number 3 or 4, he's got these guys bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, you see a lot of different. Sometimes we see Ames hitting first. Sometimes we see him hitting 9th. I mean, it's kind of, and Riley too, a guy who hits at the bottom of the order. Then the next day he's hitting second, right? It's most of that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what his thinking is on that.
But that's a question he's probably never been asked before. That's a good question, though.
I have to ask him that in the off season when we're at a old timers meeting. Pitches outside, makes the count 2-1. Ames at first. Roundtree looks to have very good velocity. I didn't notice Lem on his throw down to second, but Ames over at first is not taking a big lead.
Thinking about it, that's surprising. He's not really being held by the first baseman either. Kind of standing in front of the bag.
Full count, 3-2 pitch coming up to Braden.
Now he's being held.
And Braden draws a walk.
Something we saw a lot of last night. What did you say? It was like 12 or 13 walks the A's drew last night throughout the game.
Harry coming up. He's hitting 404, leads the ball club in that department. Has 16 RBIs, 6 doubles. Those two categories also lead the team. You said he gave up the walk leadership,
Yeah.
though.
Jacob overtook him. He had 2 walks yesterday.
Roundtree having trouble locating the plate. A couple of walks to start off the inning for Sheboygan. That pitch is in there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. The walk leader on the team, Jacob Neese, waiting on deck.
He's also second in RBIs.
Roundtree's got a pretty good motion, you know, it looks pretty fluid and throws hard, but so far having trouble finding the plate. Two-one pitch coming up to Harry. Lines one. Oh, hit the runner off a second, Alex Ames. Just recorded as an out by the shortstop since she was the closest one there. Harry gets credit for a base hit.
Really? Huh.
It's one of those things.
It's a dead ball then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, dead ball. Once it hits the runner, it's dead, and he's out. And you give the putout to the fielder that's closest to him.
Not something you see very often.
No. That looked like that stung a little bit too.
And it's not like, you know, hit by pitch you get on base type
Right,
of thing.
yeah. Here you get hit by the ball and you get to sit down. Jacob now with a 1-1 count. Runner still on at first and second, but now Harry is at first. And the Horn is at second.
Harry, these past few weeks, really, he's written that average almost 100 points, you know, and it's also been, he's been on base nearly every time it feels. The game multiple times. Him and Lash have done a lot of damage in that middle part of the order.
That was kind of a tough way for Harry to build on his batting average.
Definitely.
Ball is fouled out of play. Lem coming over, taking a good look at it, but well over the fence. 2-2 is the count. And ball 4. That loads the bases.
Third walk of the inning by Roundtree, and it just feels like same kind of situation as last night. You know, can the A's cash in off of the walks and they get that big base hit to give them some run support?
Last night, Sheboygan batters walked 13 times, and already got 3 in the first. And Hadley is down on the count now, 0-2. Ball's up high. Make it 2-1. No. I believe it's 2-2, Bill.
Hadley's a guy the A's really need to get going. He's an everyday player for him now ever since he come over. And there's about a little stretch where he was starting to hit a little bit, but we need him to stay hot consistently.
Right. Hopefully he'll get there. He's gotten on base a lot. Call, strike Lee. Hadley thought he had drawn ball 4, but that not the case. 2 outs. It's up to Riley. Riley stepping in, hitting .233. So he's a better hitter than that. Horn on at third. Harry's over at second. And Jacobs on at first. A good swing, but came up empty. Good fastball by Roundtree. Soft liner over to second base. Play is made in time, and that ends the Sheboygan first. They threatened, but could not score after 1 complete. No score.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Sheboygan has a busy couple days coming up. They're of course playing West Allis tonight. Tomorrow they're at Appleton. And then we think they're going to get Friday off, and then they have a doubleheaders against Lombard on Saturday and Sunday. That'll be the next time we'll be on the air, Saturday. That doubleheader starts at 4 o'clock.
It's tough playing that many games in a week when you don't have that pitching staff like an MLB team would have. You know, they play every day, but their only job is
that
baseball.
too. If you need a starter, you go down to AAA and bring a guy up.
And their only job is baseball. A lot of these guys that do other things during the day.
Good breaking pitch, bounced out in front of the plate. Casper throws a little bit off the bag.
It was a really nice play by Casper to barehand it like that. Could finish the throw.
He probably had more time than he realized, you know, because of that nice barehand pickup. Or I should say grab. Pitch is down low. Tristan Ellis, the DH. Two-0 pitch. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Interesting. No balls, or 2 balls and no strikes, and come with a breaking ball for a strike.
You really gotta be that pitch. You got the most confidence in that day. It can change between outings.
There's a line drive, drops in for a base hit out in the right field. Ellis with a nice knock. That brings up Jack Zeller. Zeller playing at second base. He made the play that ended the Sheboygan first. Well, Sheboygan threatened in their half of the first, but couldn't score any runs. Hopefully the defense can do the job and shut down the Nationals. Right now they have runners on first and second and nobody out.
Yeah, this is the situation for Sawyer where you just need that ground ball, get you that confidence back in the inning.
Nick Argersinger is waiting on deck. Pretty chilly evening tonight. We thought yesterday was cold. Tonight's colder. But we're playing baseball.
Yeah. All three of these days going into the week look like they might have a chance of getting rained out. And
Yeah, right.
2 for 3.
As long as we're not playing Green Bay, we should be fine. Pitch is inside. Two-two pitch coming up. Kolakowski's breaking pitch is just a bit outside. Went back to it like he had on that 2-0 pitch. You know, threw it for a strike. He couldn't quite get it in there. Hopefully he can get this one in. Line drive, base hit to left. They're going to hold the runner. Here he cuts the throw, but the Nationals have the bases loaded, nobody out. And part of the surprising thing is it's the bottom part of the order doing all the damage.
Great piece of hitting by Zeller, taking that to the opposite field. There were 2 strikes, waiting back on it, not trying to pull it.
Harry's even with the bag at third. Middle infielders are back looking for the double play. Ball is hit high, not real deep into right. Ames measuring it, makes a catch, makes a strong throw home. There's going to be no play. It's cut off by Hadley. Give Argersinger a sacrifice fly, and the Nationals are on the board.
Not just did the run score from Idle, but everyone moved up. Allis and Zeller moved up to second and third, so it's still a dangerous situation for Kolakowski.
I think the only real play they might have had on one of the base runners would have been the guy going from first to second.
Definitely. It's a lot of times why you cut off that throw from the outfield to prevent that.
And Hadley did, but there was no one over at second base to get the throw from him. Truck day today at the
Touch a
ballpark.
truck.
All those trucks out there, they're almost all gone now.
Seemed to be a big success. A lot of people.
Yeah,
were
a
out.
lot of people came early. Pop up into right field. Ames makes the grab. Makes a strong throw home. Relay throw is not in time. Another run comes in. Give Radaman a sacrifice fly, and the Nationals have 2 runs.
I mean, that's how you want your team to hit when you're in a situation with base loaded and no one out. If you're not going to get a hit or a walk, the best thing you could do is hit the ball and play, especially deep in the outfield.
2 outs, but the Nationals still have a man at third. There's a ball hit out to center, and the catch is made, and that ends the second inning for West Allis, but they come up with 2 runs.
Whenever you shop Meyer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jimmy Jurgensen's going to lead it off for Sheboygan in the bottom of the second. West Allis taking advantage of that Casper error. Joe Roundtree had control problems in the first inning, walking 3 Sheboygan batters, but nobody scored. So it was a win for him.
Jurgensen swung a hot bat since he's come back from his vacation. You know, he had that double that almost got out of the park on any other night if the wind wasn't coming in yesterday. He had a multi-hit game over the weekend.
Hitting 286. He's a good on-base guy. Ball is popped up on the infield. Mitchell makes the one-handed catch. And that brings up Cal Casper. Casper's really been struggling with his hitting. Hopefully get a few more at-bats, he'll get that squared away.
Yeah, you know, he got his defense, and even just a little bit of offense would be more than enough to have him see a little bit more playing time.
I remember years ago, not that long ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, we had
There it is.
there's a line drive base hit to center field. Good job of hitting. And Cal's dad, Michael, was playing. I was playing for, group of former Sheboygan A's players against this team from the old Wade House. They play by 1860 baseball rules. And Michael brought a little kid along with him. I'm almost positive it was Cal when he was a little youngster, a little tyke. Yep. First pitch is a ball. Carter Cayley up. Carter hitting 500. Soft liner out to the left. It drops in for a base hit. Good base running by Casper. No play at any base.
It's too bad. I don't know if he's just
threatening.
not available or something, but he's been hitting the ball. Whenever he's played, he's been hitting the ball. It's his,
Right.
oh, his 10th game. I mean, it's not like he's just had 2 at-bats. He's got 1 hit or something.
Alex Ames is up. Alex drew a walk, but was hit by a Harry Stout line drive. Roundtree's pitch is swung on and fouled back. Is that one of the trucks backfiring? Horn takes that pitch up high, evens count.
Another chance with Sheboygan with runners in scoring position to see if they can convert this time. Yeah, the bases loaded last inning. I saw West Allis convert on their bases loaded opportunity with the 2 sac flies.
1-1 pitch coming up. Breaking ball up high for a ball. Horn gets hit. Or Ames, pardon me. Ames gets hit second time. He got hit on the bases, and now he gets hit again over at home plate.
You have to think those are pretty close to the same velocity, too, the way how hard Roundtree's been throwing the baseball.
I would agree with you there. Braden Horn is up now. See if Sheboygan can capitalize.
Horn's been swinging a hot bat recently. He's got that average up over 350. 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Add on to that right here.
Pitches, touches the outside corner for a strike. Good pitch by Roundtree. Braden's first at bat, he drew a walk. Wound up getting all the way to third, but Sheboygan not able to get him home. Ball is fouled at home plate.
Sheboygan cannot afford a strikeout in this situation. Just hit the ball and play. If you're Braden Horn, do everything you can. Stay alive.
Oh, inside, off the bat, I believe. I don't understand what the umpire is signaling.
Did he say it went around, it didn't hit the bat? Is what he's saying, I think.
It hit something. I thought it might have hit him on the hand. Tim Moyer coming out to talk to Worth.
If it would have hit him on the hand and he would have went around, it would have been a strikeout. Yeah. So I think that's kind of what
umpire Peyton Kelling, base umpire, coming in, and they're talking it over.
And now change the call.
And it's going to be a hit by pitch. And Sheboygan has a run, and Steve Elliott, of course, is going to reciprocate and come out and talk to the umpire also.
And one of the turn of events that was for Roundtree, he could have been 2 outs, still with the bases loaded and away out of this inning, and instead it's second hit batter in the row, and the A's just 1 run behind him now.
Now the worst thing that could happen is the Nationals come out and talk, and all of a sudden the umpires reverse the call.
For a second time.
And you got a good man at the plate with the bases loaded, only 1 out, and Harry Stelt. Harry got a line drive base hit his first time up.
One of 3 players on the team with double-digit RBIs, and he really could pull away.
I was looking for Harry to swing at that first pitch too. Was that last night he came up with runners on and took that first pitch and swung at it? There's a line drive. That's going to drop into center field. That could score too. It definitely will. Good hustle on the bases. Ames scoring from second. Carter scoring from third. Harry's on at first with a 2 RBI single, and Braden Horn stays at second.
Just another big hit for Harry Stelt this season. It feels like every time he's up with runners on, he's getting hits.
Oh, his eyes get pretty big when he sees RBIs out there on the bases. Ball is fouled. Sheboygan with 3 runs in the inning. They still have 2 runners on only 1 out. Neese, one of those guys you're talking about with double-digit RBIs. He has 11. Horn on at second with good speed. Oh, did you see Ames chugging around the bases?
Yeah, he was helped with the little bob on center, but I think he was going to be there anyway. He was cruising around third.
One-two pitches outside. Good pitch by Roundtree, trying to get the batter to swing at it. 2-2 pitch coming up for Jacob.
He had that weird walk his last time up where thought he was gone twice with the foul tip and then also the one on the outside corner.
Right. 3-2 pitch. And fouls that out of play. Hunsinger giving it a good shot, getting all the way to the fence, but couldn't reach it. Ty Wytek doing good work out there, getting balls to the umpire, chasing down some of those foul balls. Anything you can do to help the team, get out there and do it. Up the middle, that could be a double play. And it is called a double play. Good play by the shortstop, Radman. He steps on second and then throws to first, and a nice play on the other end by Hunsinger to complete the double play. But not before Sheboygan scores 3 runs, and after 2 complete, it's 3-2 Sheboygan.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Were you in here? 42.
Back here at Wildwood Park, Sawyer Kolakowski getting ready to wrap up his warm-up pitches. And nice 3-run inning for Sheboygan.
Yeah, needed it. You know, he gave up the 2 runs in the top of the frame. They picked up Sawyer, got him the lead.
You know, we've talked a lot, and I mentioned about the 13 walks last night. There were also a couple of hit by pitches mixed in there, you know, which is more runners on base. The same thing here tonight. Sheboygan has walked 3 times and drawn 2 hit by pitches, so that's 5 base runners.
Again, a thing that's been different and why the offense has been more successful recently is because they're hitting with runners in scoring position and not just relying on walking in runs.
Like that Menasha game. Got to walk the runners in. We're not hitting any base hits. But that's changed over the last couple of games. Ryan Lem, the Nationals catcher, is up. He walked his first time. Sawyer with a good fastball there. All Lem could do is foul it off.
Sawyer seems like to mix in that little sidearm action against lefties most of the time rather than righties.
That pitch is up, evens the count at 2-2. Lem leading off the third. Kolakowski dropping down again. Until he gets his regular arm slot throwing for strikes on a regular basis, I'm not sure I like that dropping down so much.
It's worked for him so far, but definitely not something you would think would be sustainable to continue to throw strikes consistently.
I'm a fan of at least getting one motion down where you can throw strikes, and then you can, you know, start to vary how your arm slot is going to be.
It's not something you see a lot either. Pitchers varying arm slots for the same pitch.
Right.
Maybe he's just trying to throw off hitters, thinking he's tipping his pitches when he's really not.
3-2 pitch coming up to Lem. Breaking ball is popped up on the infield. Nice easy play for Riley. And one out. In top of the third. Brian Hunsinger is up.
Really good at bat by Sawyer there. Pitching wise, you know, to stay in it. He fouled off a couple pitches and still attack him and got that lazy fly right to Riley.
Yep. Sawed him off, right?
Yeah. Jammed him.
Hunsinger doubled. First time up. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
Both of us thought had a chance to get out of here too, just off the wall.
That's right. And you had mentioned right after it happened how Horn made a good play on it to keep the runner from scoring. The runner at first base at the time had to stop at third.
And Sawyer got the third out on 3-1 from Hadley. A little flip to him.
3-1 pitch is hit out into center field. And taking it is the right fielder, Ames, for the second out. That brings up Dan Kibler. It looks like a little bit less in the stands than last night. What do you think, Lucas?
Yeah, especially on that Sheboygan side where most of the fans were last night. A little more open. Again, it's a little cold. It's not. We haven't had many great summer nights. The one time we did, this place is packed.
Right. Yeah, it was. It's been not baseball weather the last two times. Kibler stepping in again. Kolakowski down on the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Ball is hammered hard but fouled down the right field side.
Big chance here for Sawyer to get that 1, 2, 3 inning. Keep that pitch count down a little bit. He's thrown a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings.
Breaking ball is low. 3-1. And a strike. Lem didn't like that call. He was walking down the first base. And that's ball 4. That's going to bring up Meidel.
He almost chucked his bat in the dugout and threw it over there.
Right. Jonah was the batter that reached on the error, and then he came around to score the first run for the Nationals. That was back in the second. Ball was hit hard but foul.
I have to think Meidel's eyes lit up on that one and just act a little
Throw
too
that
early.
one again. A breaking ball right to Palmquist, who flips to second for the force, and that's the end of the third for the Nationals.
tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Joe Roundtree getting ready to pitch to John Hadley. Hadley was a called strikeout victim in the first. Thought he had all four, was starting to walk to first, and home plate umpire Jason Worth said, sorry, young man, you are out. First pitch is in for a strike. And, Roundtree getting ahead early. No balls, 2 strikes. We're just starting the third inning. Sheboygan on top, 3-2. Ball is hit deep to right, way back there, leaping at the wall and not making the catch is Kibler, and Hadley with his second home run of the year. That's a she-boy goner.
Hadley knew that one right off the bat. He did a nice little bat flip as soon as he hit that one. That was crushed over that right field fence.
Wow. Oh, yeah, 0-2. Riley Palmquist up next. Riley looking for his first round tripper of the year. He's got the power. We've seen him pop some out of this ballpark before. Ball spanked foul right by Kenny Nazy, who pulled his hand away instead of trying to catch it. 1-1 pitch is high. Jimmy Jurgensen waiting on deck. 3-1 is the count. Roundtree might have been a little upset by that home run and it's costing him control problems. Riley pops that one up. Hunsinger making the call right on the baseline in fair territory behind first base, and he makes the catch. That brings up Jimmy. Jimmy came into tonight hitting .286. That's down a little bit. Now there's a guy, you know, we talked about Tim and his philosophy on building a lineup where we've seen Jimmy in the lineup against left-handed pitchers, but usually then he drops down in the order. where if he's facing a right-hander, he'll be up, you know, maybe 5, 6. Tonight he's in the 7th spot.
Also doesn't help. He's got those two big bats from Milwaukee. They see a lot of playing time above Jimmy.
He had a good rip at that one, but Roundtree got the better of it with his fastball. Come on, Jimmy. There's a ball hit out to short. Ball's knocked down, and the throw across is in time by Rodman. Nice play by him. And that's 2 outs for Sheboygan in the 3rd.
Rodman was kind of playing more up the middle. Get on that. We see Jimmy pull the ball a lot more often, so in hindsight, it's a really great idea.
Casper up. Ball is fouled at home plate. Came into tonight hitting 107, but Cal with that base hit is now up to 137. Hopefully he can keep that average climbing. Pitch is in there. Good breaking ball by Roundtree. 0-2 is the count. Did we say Hadley? Made up for that. So we talked a little earlier about the walks and getting runners on base. We've got 3 walks, 2 hit by pitch, and only 1 strikeout. That's not too bad. Casper came up empty, and that ends the Sheboygan 3rd, but not before they come up with another run. After 3 complete, now Sheboygan leads by 2, 4-2.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Kolakowski finishing his warm-up tosses to Ty Witek. Just finishing up the wheelbarrow race. Rowan and Martin were not involved tonight. Sheboygan up 4-2. Hadley with that home run in the bottom of the 3rd. Hey, the right fielder kept us in suspense, leaping at the wall.
A lot of times, from our angle, we watch the outfielders to see what kind of angle they got the ball, how deep is it, see how they judge it. And that one was way out of here. Still, he made an effort at it.
Whoa. Throw down, goes out into center field, got by 2 of the Sheboygan A's infielders, but it's just warm-ups. Tristan Allis is going to lead off the 4th inning for the Nationals. He singled and scored back in the 2nd. He was the 2nd run for West Allis. We were able to get some statistics for West Allis, but they're about 3 weeks behind. A bad angle by Ames that time took what could have been possibly a fly out and played it into a double.
Yeah, it really sold me. He took that first step in instead of first step back, and it's hard to recover from there.
And that brings up Jack Zeller. Jack also singled his first time up. Four hits now for West Allis. Sawyer's first pitch is down low. We had no indications from the bench about how long they were going to have Sawyer go. There's a line drive into right center field. That'll score a run. And good piece of hitting by Zeller. He gets an RBI single. And the Nationals only down one. Nick Argersinger, the number 9 hitter, is up. Nick hit a sacrifice fly his first time. We mentioned coming into tonight that Kolakowski had pitched 14 innings coming in and allowed 18 hits. So he's given up more hits than innings pitched, and that is the case tonight with Nationals having 5 hits so far. We're only in the 4th inning. He was pretty much a power pitcher at Ozaki High School.
Yep, definitely. Pitched to a very low ERA, but the walks were always a problem.
Pitches out of the zone, makes the count 3-1.
Feels like recently, especially this year, he hasn't been able to throw the ball past people as much as he had the year before, but he's been better overall.
Right.
I think he would take a 2.5 ERA and not strike it out as much people than what he was doing last year.
Figure, you know, when you move from the high school level to adult baseball, it's different. And he walks the 9 batter, 9-hole hitter. And that brings up the shortstop, Logan Radaman.
And you can see how much confidence Tim has gained in him just this year. From a guy who pitched only blowouts to now in the rotation.
Right. Tim Moyer out talking to his pitcher. We've seen Sawyer play the field too. He's had a couple games where he played shortstop. I don't think Tim would like put Palmquist on the mound and move Sawyer to shortstop.
That's where he really shows off his arm, is when he played shortstop. He fires that ball over to first base. He's also made some really nice plays fielding the ball.
Well, there's a run in for West Allis. They have runners on at first and second, and still nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Ball is popped foul out of play. Radaman squared like he was gonna bunt, but then pulled the bat back and fouled it off. Zeller's on at second. Argersinger is on at first. Ball goes off the mitt of Casper. I think he got crossed up on that pitch.
Yeah,
it's going to be a pass ball, but Just the way he was set up and where the pitch was. Yeah. 1-1 is the count. Liner caught by Nice at second base on a diving catch. What a play.
What a sensational play by Jake Leeson. That saved at least, should say it saved 2 runs for sure. And then you look at Allis having the lead. It's a completely different situation. Now Sawyer's got the confidence back, got that out to finish out this inning.
Tyrese Mitchell up. Tyrese grounded to first and flew out to center. Ball a little inside, hit off the bat for strike 1. Breaking pitches up high. Evens the count at 1-1. Told you, Bill. Liner through. That's going to score a pair. And the ball gets by the infield. Casper's throw is to second is not in time. So give Mitchell a 2 RBI single. And then he advances on the error. I'm not sure who to give the error to.
A lot of hard hit balls we've seen off of Kolakowski. Even the one out that was a very hard hit ball, just a great play made by Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's West Allis 5 and Sheboygan 4. They're not going away. I don't know, I'm going to give it on the center fielder. The error. 2-0 count to a Lem. That pitch is in for a strike.
There's the sidearm approach to the left-handed batter.
Still only 1 out. Again, Sawyer coming with that sidearm pitch. Was out of the zone. It's 3-1 to Lem. Ball is hit hard to right. Ames comes over and makes the catch. And tagging is Mitchell. He goes to third.
Kolakowski got to thank his defense after this inning's over with. He's got some really special plays from his outfield and infield.
Well, Ames redeeming himself after taking a bad angle on Ellis's ball to right. Slow roller, Harry's got it. And the throw across is in time. But Nationals come up with 3 runs in the 4th, and now they hold a 5-4 lead.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back here at Wildwood Park, Joe Roundtree finishing up his warm-up tosses between innings. His team now leads 5-4. You had mentioned it when we were in the break, actually. They're hitting the ball pretty hard off of Sawyer tonight.
Especially in that fourth inning, they really got to him. And even the outs he recorded, other than the one to Harry, were really hard hit baseballs. The one to Neeson, the one to Ames. Both sensational plays. But still there, well, must have 3 runs even with those 2 defensive gems.
Carter Kelly, the center fielder, is up. Carter singled and scored back in the 3-run second. Hopefully he can get Sheboygan's offense rolling again.
8 for 15 now on the young season for Kaylee.
Wow. Should maybe make him a full-time player.
It's tough. That center field spot's really loaded with talent with Kiesler as well. And then Walker's been the mainstay the past few years. Sure, he wouldn't mind playing the corner outfield positions either, though.
You're talking about Carter, right?
Yep.
I don't think Gus wants to move out of
not
center.
Gus.
Count is now 3-1. After walking 3 hitters in the first round, Roundtree has not walked a batter. Three-two pitch coming up. And call, strike 3. Look good from up here. Carter just not able to pull the trigger. That takes us back to the top of the order. Alex Ames.
It's a really good pitch by Roundtree on a full count. That outside corner. It's tough to take, tough to hit.
Bill Weinog leaving the house with Danny. Danny was fan of the year last year.
Really?
Yeah.
You should get fan of the year. You're at every game.
I think Bill should be. He's at every game, and he always comes really early. I'm looking to see what he got. There. It's in here somewhere, I know it. I saw it. I tell you, when you come to the ballpark, you got to get one of these programs. I mean, it's awesome. I don't know who does it, but they sure do a fine job. Hey, we got a base runner. Ames draws a walk. That's going to bring up Braden Horn. Braden has also been on twice, once with a walk and once with a hit by pitch. And it produced a run, which was really nice. Bouncing ball, nice pickup at third, out at second, and out at first. Double play, fine play by Mitchell to start the 5-4-3 double play.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Sean Gavin, new pitcher for Sheboygan, replacing Sawyer Kulikowski. After 4 innings, the A's find themselves down a run after that big 4th inning from West Allis. Gavin looks to keep it that way in the top of the 5th. He'll face the high 6 and 7 hitters from West Allis.
Sean Gavin, he pitched the other night, I believe, out of town.
Yeah, he's been solid. 2.7 ERA in 13 and a third innings. 15 strikeouts to 3 walks. A really great ratio there, 5-1.
Leading off the inning is Dan Kibler. Tough outing for Sawyer. I'm sure Tim would have liked him to go a little deeper into the ball game.
Those first 2 runs are not earned, though, so just the 3 earned runs.
Yeah. Ball is lined right over the head of Sean for a base hit. Kibler hit that ball hard. Jonah Meidl's up next. Ball is spiked. Gets past the catcher. Not a good start again to this inning. Leadoff man getting on, and now at second on the wild pitch. Meidl is 0 for 2 in the ball game, reached on an error and hit into a fielder's choice to end the third. Another pitch gets by Casper.
Just with the benefit of 1 hit, single.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough for Gavin now.
How important that run is. The A's infield's come up on the grass.
There's a strike. Ball is hit to Harry. He makes a backhanded stab. The throw across is in time. For the moment, Kibler is still on third.
Huge out. For Sheboygan, especially for Gavin, get that ball on the ground. Even with the infield up, still right at Harry.
We're at the toughest part of the batting order tonight. Allis is 2 for 2, and after him is Zeller, who's also 2 for 2. Infield still in.
That's no cheap 2 for 2s either. They've hit the ball really hard both times they've been up.
Allis, especially the last time, hit that double. Right over the top. Gavin with a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Number 1 is at bat. He's got a 1-1 count with 1 out. Thank you. Ooh, big breaking ball is in there for strike 2.
You call that Unos are wild?
I'm a slow learner, Lucas. It's only deuces are wild. Swing and a miss. We need 1 more out. That was the first strikeout of a Nationals batter. Final line for Sawyer, he went 4 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. Walk 3, had no strikeouts.
Going back to that strikeout, Gavin set that pitch up really well, threw that breaking ball in for a strike, and then dropped it below the zone and caused the chase.
Good stop by Casper, keeping that ball from going back to the screen. CJ was mentioning early that 6 months from Christmas, and we saw one of the elves coming up the stands already. You didn't see that, did you, CJ? Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gavin trying to work out of a jam. Runner at third and nobody out. You got the next 2 hitters. Can he get the third one? He does. Another strikeout, and that ends the West Allis 5th inning. Let's see if Sheboygan can capitalize and get a run in their half of the inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me smells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back here at Wildwood Park, new pitcher for the Nationals, Santino Pignati Wojtek.
Yeah,
There's a mouthful.
We've seen some different names the past couple of days with Michelangelo Granella last night and now Pignato Wojtek. Or just Santino.
Yeah, that would be easier. The first batter that Santino will face is Harry Stelt.
What a welcome to the game that is.
Harry takes that first pitch for a strike. Ozzy's in the house.
Very unusual 2 for 2 for Harry today. That one that hit off of Ames.
Bet Harry could count on one hand the number of base hits he's had where he's hit a base runner. One pitch coming up. It's, a ball.
Tough pitch to take if you're Harry, but he's just trying to force him to throw that pitch for a strike with that much break on it.
2-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Joe Roundtree's numbers are 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Harry foul ticks that ball right into the mitt of Lem. He goes down on strikes. Jacob Neese is up. West Allis on top, but only by a run. Santino throws pretty hard.
Seems like a theme with this West Allis pitching staff.
Yeah. Southpaw. Okay, Lucas, where did the term southpaw originate when referring to left-handed pitchers?
Somewhere in Texas.
I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping Bill would chime in down on the other end, but he's still trying to keep track of the count. Can't forget our Hall of Fame question either. We're getting pretty close to that time of the night. That pitch is low and outside, makes it count 3-1. How about if we go with the top of the 6th inning for our trivia question? Yeah. Our trivia theme this year is all A's Hall of Famers. And a ball. Makes it ball 4. Jacob draws a walk. Might have been, I actually, you know, I got it in my folder here. I think it was just general kind of, mostly having to do with the A's. You know, when I was trying to come up with a theme during the off season, I was thinking maybe Major League Baseball questions, but got the idea with the Hall of Famers, so I thought we'd go with that this year. I like the one we did last year with the movies and the books and that kind of thing. Take it up a notch. You know, usually we bring it down a notch up here in the booth, but I'm trying my best, CJ. Keep us above board. Right. Hadley's up. He homered his last time. We got a runner on first. Jacob Neese, 1 out.
Here he gets hold of him.
Good rip at that pitch, but came up empty. We got a book report in the folder too. We got to get to that sometime this year. Yeah, kill the boredom. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Neese not taking much of a lead. Had an easy time getting back. Right, and that's one of the reasons why he hasn't had, even when he's been on base, it seems like so many times there are runners in front of him. So he's had limited opportunities to steal bases Although he'd be tested tonight. This is a good Nationals club. Hadley with a big swing and a miss. And well, level of play is better than the exhibition teams. Riley Palmquist is up, takes the first pitch for a ball. Neese still hanging tight at first base. Riley looking for his first hit. So a high pitch gets past Lem and allows Neese to go to second. Now we got a man at second with 2 outs. Hopefully Riley can come through in the clutch. Pitch is a strike. Breaking ball touching the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yes. And a whole different look now facing the left-hander. Roundtree right-handed pitcher. Gave him, that look of a right-hander. Now we got a left-hander. You got to make some adjustments as a hitter. 2-2, 2 outs, and a man on second. That would be deuces wild, Lucas. Riley fouls that ball off out on the New Jersey Avenue. Wow. Santino set and delivers. Ball gets past Lem. It seems like the catcher's having trouble picking the ball up. And I know we had this come up a couple of games ago. I don't remember who the catcher was, but I felt like he was a better guy, one of the better guys on the team, yet he was struggling that game. Yeah, I think it might have been Lombard. Oh, good fastball. And Santino strikes out the side after 5 complete. West Allis still on top.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Back to Wildwood Park for the top of the 6th inning. We got our trivia question for today. Today's question is: this Hall of Famer holds the record, holds the season record for doubles with 28. We'll get the answer to you sometime today, hopefully, if you remember.
Don't stop watching, right? We'll have to check with the other end of the booth, see if they know the answer. Okay, guys, the trivia question was, who leads It's a season record, 28 doubles. Who hit 28 doubles in a season? It's a familiar name. And since the theme is Hall of Famers, this guy's in the Hall of Fame. Argesinger's up. Nick is 0 for 0. Has a sacrifice fly and a walk.
2 sac flies are back-to-back batters in that second inning to score 2 runs for West Allis.
See if Sean Gavin can make it a little easier on himself this inning. His first inning, back in the 5th, he allowed Killer to reach on a base hit and get all the way to third with nobody out, but worked out of it. The ball hit deep to right, way back there. Off the fence. And holding with a double is Argersinger. That was a ringing double to right field.
Just another ball hit hard at this bottom of the order for West Allis. Just seems every time one of them's up. Again, not on base.
It isn't very often you look forward to seeing the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters.
Yeah, look at the top hitters. They've only got 1 hit, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. And then look down 7, 8, 9, and they've got 5.
Radiman, the shortstop, is up.
Another runner in scoring position. No one out for Gavin.
Logan 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly RBI. Pitches a ball. You mentioned this is Gavin's 6th appearance, right? Okay, 13 and a third innings. He has made 1 start on the year. Ball
I was
is
talking about when he came in is that strikeout to walk ratio has been outstanding. Over 5 to 1 now with the 2 strikeouts last inning. 17 strikeouts to just 3 walks. Now again he's got 3-0 count right now to the leadoff hitter Radiman, but
see if he can battle back. It was a good fastball for a strike. 3-1. Tyrese Mitchell had a 2 RBI hit. His last time up is waiting on deck. Also made that really nice play at the third to start a double play. We're not a big fan of walks, but in that situation, maybe that's not the worst thing to set up a double play possibility.
Mitchell hit one hard his last time up too, like many of these West Dallas hitters.
Nationals threatening again, and they do have a 1-run lead. Mitchell lays it down. And he just got him at first. Oh my.
Really good bunt, just couldn't get it past the pitcher. Still almost beat it out with great speed. A great play by Gavin to get that first one. Another jam he's got to work out of 2 runners scoring position, just 1 out.
They call it a sacrifice because you give yourself up to advance the runners. Ryan Lem is up. Infield is in again for Sheboygan. A1 harassing the fans. There's a ball hit deep to right, way back there. Way back there. Making the catch is Ames, but the runners are going to tag up in advance. That is the 3rd sacrifice fly to right field for West Allis tonight, Lucas. And If he could take those sacrifices away, we'd be tied up. Actually have the lead. You're right.
And the great thing is this team just knows how to hit with runners on base. The sacrifice bunt, move the 2 runners over, and then get a sac fly. Doing it the small ball way, but hey, get a run. That's all that really matters.
6-4, West Allis on top, and their pitching has been quite good since early in the game. Roundtree ran into some trouble.
We're talking in the open about how shocking it is to see this West Allis team at 6-6 and sit in the middle of the pack in the Wisconsin State League. Sheboygan's got a chance to jump them if they can pull this one off and come back win.
You know, they were at 6-2, right up there in the league standings before the 4-game losing streak.
Lost 3 to Lombard already this year.
And another walk. Dan Kibler up. Oh, that's your fault. Don Kibler.
M.
It's getting better. You know, that's why we have you write the lineups. You practice. Get ready for Marquette. You're not allowed to use computers there, are you?
No, totally prohibited.
I remember when I was working with the Sheboygan Education Foundation, and at the end of the school year, we'd have to read different scholarship applications. And I remember reading this one, and this gal handwrit her entire application. We'll fly ball to left field. We'll finish that story when we come back. We'll also give you the answer to the trivia question in the bottom half of the inning.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Getting ready to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Finishing up that story about the application for a scholarship. This young high school gal bought a 4 or 5 page application, had it hand printed, the whole thing, and very precise, very easy to read, really outstanding. Chris Planton and Danny Kraus were the fans of the year last year. And Danny was at the park, left with Bill Weinog. Congratulations to those two guys, and big congratulations to Lucas for finding that on his telephone. Jimmy with a big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. You want to We'll wait for Jimmy to finish his at bat, and then you can finally give the trivia answer. Yeah, right. That'd be great. Pitch is up high for a ball, makes the count 1-2 strikes. Sheboygan down 6-4. Cal Casper waiting on deck. That ball looped out into a short left, and making a diving catch was Meidel. Let's get to the important part. Tim was a great player, outfielder. Good speed, obviously, with all those doubles. Haven't seen Tim in a while. Casper 1 for 2 in the ball game. Up at home plate with a 1-1 count. Oh, Lucas pointing something out again. Very observant. Number 11 at bat with a 1-1 count and 1 out. One's wild. Kind of a limerick. You know, it's almost haunting being up here in the press box without the other end of the press box talking. I mean, it's really quiet down there. Of course, it's hard to talk when you're yawning. CJ working on a perfect game tonight. Oh, yeah, it is. What do you mean? Do you think you're going to get a pay raise? Casper goes down swinging. Santino looks pretty tough out there. I think Maddie could be working on a perfect game tonight. She just shrugs her shoulders like, yeah, I know, another day at the office. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Carter singled and scored back in the second and was called out leading off the 4th. Thought he had a walk, but umpire Worth said no way. Two and 0. Lucas, I think we should practice Santino's last name. I got Pignati Witek. Yeah, exactly. Spelling's a little different, but pronunciation is the same. Until we learn different. Two outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-run ball game. West Allis on top. And just a bit inside for ball 3. Roundtree was the starter. He did not go deep enough in the ball game to get credit for the win. So right now we're looking at Santino. If the score doesn't change. Who knows how long he'll go. Right. It's kind of an interesting strategy. Maybe he saved his best guy for second instead of starting the best guy. Swing and a miss. Up, fouled at home plate. So hanging in there is Carter. It's tough going to see a right-handed pitcher in the first couple of bats. All of a sudden a lefty comes off the bench, throwing as hard as Santino does. 3-2 pitch coming up. call, strike 3. And again, Carter trying to sell it, but the umpire not having it. After 6 complete, West Allis still on top.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
So we're back here at Wildwood Park. Denny calling out the 50-50 raffle. They're giving away $134. Fans, that could be you winning that money, but not sitting at home. You got to be here in the ballpark. Buy yourself a 50-50 raffle ticket. Anyway, Lucas was saying, did you when was the last time you came to a game not as an announcer or working? And I said, it's been years. But I was telling a story. I came here standing at the railing looking for a seat, and the umpire twisted to turn and make a call on the base, and he twisted his knee and had to come out of the game and fly out to center field by Meidel. Denny comes up and says, hey, Marty, can you fill in for Jim Doden? I know Jim. We went to college together. And so walked into the park. Next thing I knew, I was on the field umpiring.
Did you use his gear?
No, it was just on the bases. I was in my shorts and I might have been wearing my A's hat. Next up is Tristan Allis. The other time I've told this story before, is coming to the park to meet a bunch of my buddies, and we sat and just started chatting away, and all of a sudden it's a 9th inning. I mean, the game just flew by.
They win? Do you even remember what happened in the game?
Pretty sure the A's won that night. But it's just interesting how you come to the ballpark and things happen, whether it's having a good conversation or turning out to be the umpire.
My first A's game ever, I remember, it was, I can't remember the year, but the A's threw a no-hitter.
Oh, we did. Oh, who was the kid, CJ, threw 2 no-hitters in the same season for us? Gardner? Was it Mitchell? Or did he have? He had two no-hitters. I don't think they were in the same year. Ellis goes down on strikes. 2 outs in the 7th, and that brings up Jack Zeller, who's 2 for 3.
I don't remember
who threw it.
No, but the funny part about it is, I was a lot younger. It was obviously like 6, 7 years ago, and Harry's still on the front of the program.
Oh, really? He's an old man. You know who's looking better this inning? Sean Gavin.
Yeah, doesn't have to work with runners in scoring position constantly behind him.
A good rip, but fouling it back was Zeller. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson and Olivia Tillman are in the house tonight, helping with the running of the ball game. Nice to see them in the house. A good fastball and fouled down the third base side. Nick Argersinger waiting on deck. Nick in the 9th spot has had a nice night. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Two and 2 is the count. When Sheboygan comes up in the bottom of the 7th, they'll have the top of their order up. There's a big breaking ball. It's in there for a call, strike 3. And Lucas making the out call up here in the booth. And that ends the 7th. Nationals 7th, actually.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
12th. We're back here at Wildwood Park. Alex Ames scheduled to lead off. Another pitching change for West Allis. Who was it? 32. I told you there was a 32. You guys don't believe me. DJ Hess on the mound for West Allis. DJ's got some big shoes to fill. Santino was pretty good his couple innings.
His last few innings have flown by. Gavin just giving up a few base runners, even though they've been in scoring position. They've been just on the one hit or a couple pass balls. But yeah, we were talking Santino was sensational in the 2 innings that he pitched, striking out 5.
Hard to do much when you're not hitting the ball. The only base runner was a walk. See what Hess has done. He's 11 innings pitched on the stats we have, given up 9 hits. 10 walks. There's a base hit. Good start by Sheboygan.
Tying run at the plate.
Braden Horn up. Horn has a couple of homers. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He walked and was hit by a pitch. Hess's first pitch to Braden is a strike. Ball is fouled back. 0-2.
If the A's don't come out with this one, I think they'll look back to that first inning with bases loaded, and they didn't get anything out of it.
Good point, Lucas. Opportunity lost.
Again, you said that it's become more, but still, you know, you look back at bases loaded, start off the game, really get to Roundtree early, and they still got 3 runs the next inning.
But still.
Yeah.
That pitch is up high, evens the count at 2-2. Sheboygan is down 2. Ames led off with a single. He's on first. Braden Horn is up. Harry waiting on deck. Another pitch out of the strike zone. Ball is fouled back. Good job of hanging in there by Horn. Braden came into tonight's game hitting .355 with a couple of home runs. There's a ball drilled to right and deep down the line. It's going to be a foul ball. Good effort made by Kibler, but couldn't get there to make the play. Horn doing a good job of hanging in there, Lucas. Hopefully can be rewarded with a hit or a walk.
A really good hitter ever since he got here, especially recently. He's been on. Definitely want to see that in this situation here.
There's a bouncing ball to Mitchell at third. He makes the play out at second, but no relay throw. Another nice defensive effort by Tyrese Mitchell. And that brings up Harry Stelt. That's one thing you got to say about the Nationals. You know, there have been some really hard hit ground balls, and they've made plays on all of them.
Error-free baseball. Looking up at the scoreboard.
Yeah. Harry takes that first pitch for a ball. Harry swings and fouls that one out of play.
Harry's got the 2 hits so far today. Looking to make 3.
Ball 2, 2-1.
I have to think if Hess is going to pitch around anybody, this would be the guy. I don't want to give up a big extra base hit to a guy like Harry Stelt.
Harry up in the eyes. I mean, that's the kind of ball you want to hit. And Harry, I know, is a little frustrated that all he could do is foul it back. Two balls and 2 strikes. Hess's pitch is outside for ball 3. Another 3-2 count. And that one's in the dirt. Harry represents the tying run. He's now on first base. Horn moves over to second, and that brings up Jacob Neese. Jacob has walked twice. He's increased that walk lead on Harry. And he grounded to short, where Rodman stepped on the bag and threw to first. But Jacob did hit the ball hard that time. You know, that's the other thing that hurt us. West Allis has got 2 double plays in the ball game.
And they almost turned another one on Braden Horn earlier this inning.
Yeah. Horn with good speed is on at second. Jacob takes that one on the outside part of the plate for a strike.
Talking about that walk lead extended.
Hess having trouble finding the zone.
That full count to Braden Horn before he grounded out as well, so it's been every batter side Ames who rips one right off the bat.
Slow roller. Tyrese Mitchell. I think he was looking to turn 2 and forgot to pick up the ball. That'll be the first error on the Nationals. Sometimes it's not always the number of errors you make, it's the timing. And Hadley's up. Hadley going to be able to face a right-hander this time up. He struck out against the left-hander. Ball is popped up into right. This might be deep enough to score a run. We'll have to see. I don't think so. Actually caught by the center fielder. Shades of the first inning, Lucas.
That's the type of situation that we've seen West Dallas cash in on a couple times now, getting the ball in play and not shallow enough where they can get there as a score. Seeing what 3 sac flies to Ames and right.
Riley Palmquist with an opportunity. Drills one to center field. That's going to drop for a hit. 1 run scores. And Smart, no, ball gets through. And Harry is going to stay at third. It was a good decision by Kenny to stop him. Kenny Nazy to stop him at third. And as it is, Sheboygan gets a run. Bases remain loaded on the single by Palmquist. Now Jimmy's up.
Harry going on that throw over the head of the catcher would have been the best case scenario for West Dallas. He would have been gone by a mile. It was like say great throw by Kenny Nazy at third base. At least at second was halfway to third. Thinking Stell was gonna go on that. Turn around quickly.
Jimmy with a deep drive to right. Way back there. And gone! Over the fence! A 3-run homer! Making a grand slammer. That's a Sheboyganer.
Oh. Wow.
Oh
Just
my.
we were talking about Jimmy hadn't hit a home run in a while. Blast went over that right field fence just out of the reach of the right fielder. Man, what a time for that.
Great effort by Kibler. It wasn't over the fence by that much, but Kibler not able to make the play, and it's a grand salami for Jimmy. And Sheboygan scoring 5 runs in the 7th. They now have a 9-6 lead.
They just need to get Santino, the lefty, off the mound. Righty comes back in. They mash him for 5 runs.
Cal with a pop-up. Drifting back as the second baseman and making the catch is Zeller. And that ends the Sheboygan 7th, but not before they score 5 runs, 4 of them on a Jimmy Jurgensen grand slam home run.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Michelangelo Granella is on the mound for Sheboygan. He pitched last night in the blowout win over Kewaskum. He went 1 inning, walked the batter and struck out 2, and he looked good in that outing. They'll need him to be effective again here tonight. First batter he'll face is the number 9 hitter. Don't be fooled by that. Nick Argersinger has been pretty tough with a sacrifice fly, a walk, and a double, and 2 runs scored.
Yeah, going back to that Jimmy Jurgensen home run. The A's as a team last year had 18 home runs. With Jurgensen's home run night, 15 total home runs already, and we're just about halfway through the season.
That's pretty sweet. We have 2 tonight. We had 1 last night. Connor Lash hitting that one.
Another high output of offense from the A's, 9 runs again.
Well, you mentioned that at the beginning. We were averaging 8.5 runs a game over the last 4 or so. Cornello's pitch is inside. Starts Argersinger off with 3 straight balls. See if he can work back from the 3-0 count. That pitch is in for a strike. Sheboygan with a bit of a cushion, having a 3-run lead.
They already had a 2-run lead in this game as well. This just feels a little different with how the momentum shifted so quickly.
Oh, 1 swing of the bat.
And there was 2 outs even when Riley got the base hit to bring in the first run.
And I was checking, I don't think any of our runs are earned because of the error by Mitchell, 3rd. 1 hopper, Sunday hop for Palmquist. And he fires across for the out. Nice comeback for Granella. To analyze that inning a little more. Yeah, none of the runs are earned. Tough break for Hess.
Like
That's
he was
really too bad.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him.
I know. Hate that when that happens. Top of the order. Radaman up. I think when I came to the park, I think it was Granella, along with Riley Palmquist, they were checking out the trucks, and they were checking out the SWAT team truck. They were both inside looking around and having a good old time. That was an impressive vehicle.
Yeah, a lot of impressive vehicles there.
Fire truck out on the street had the ladder all the way up. Must have went up over 100 feet. It's above the trees. 2-1 is the count. Back to the ball game, Lucas.
Important stuff.
Ball's popped up on the infield. Nice makes the grab. 2 outs in the 8th. You gotta wonder what it would have been like if they would have kept Santino Pignati Witek in, the left-hander. He looked pretty good. What, he had 5 strikeouts out of 6 outs.
Yeah, and Jurgensen, you know, left-hander, he probably would, he's got a lot of hits off lefties, but he's never really squared one up.
Right, yeah, not with power. High fly ball out to right. Ames makes the running catch, and that finishes the top half of the 9th inning. When we come back, it'll be Callie, Ames, and her.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me smells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Vince Golke now on the mound for West Allis. Taking over for Hess, who had a real tough 7th inning. He gave up 3 hits, one being the grand slam home run. Also walked a batter, but amazingly, all of those 5 runs were unearned. So not all Hess's fault.
So he brought his ERA down despite giving up 5 runs.
Yeah, how often does that happen? So Hess goes 1 inning, gives up 3 hits, 5 runs, none of them earned. Walked 1, no strikeouts, and of course giving up the home run. We never give you Sean Gavin's totals. He went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 4. And he would be in line for the win. Swing and a miss.
Tenney. It's Tenney. Nick Tenney.
Nick Tenney up, pinch hitting for Carter Calise. What did Carter come in hitting 500? Is that right?
Yep.
So he goes 1 for 3.
Brought the average down.
And he gets the hook. Tenney struggling with the batting average, trying to get that up, but is a good outfielder. And he goes down on strikes. Swings and a miss, swing and a miss, and that brings up Alex Ames.
Ames was started off that 5-run inning with the base hit off of Hess.
Alex with a big swing and a miss. Alex is 1 for 1 in the ball game. Couple of walks and a hit by pitch. He was brutalized early in the game. Got hit by a line drive off the bat of Harry Stelt. And then he came up again in the second and was hit by a pitch. And he was not a happy camper.
Don't blame him either.
No balls and 2 strikes. Alex. Swing and a foul tick into the mitt of the catcher. 2 quick outs. That brings up Braden Horn. Line score, West Allis, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Sheboygan, 9 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Braden takes that first pitch for a ball. way things stand right now, Sean Gavin is in line for the win, and Granella would be in line for a save. Hess would take the loss. Sheboygan looking to run their overall record to 15-8 and 5-5 in the state league, and extend West Allis's losing streak to 5 in the league and 6-7 in conference. And that play is made, second to first, and that ends the Sheboygan 8th inning, and we're on to the 9th with Sheboygan holding.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Back here at Wildwood Park, Jack Pellet is in. Jack also pitched last night. Jack went 1 inning. He pitched the 9th inning in last night's win over Kewaskum. He got the Kewaskum A's 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts, so a good outing for him last night. Hopefully he can replicate that tonight and preserve the win.
Yeah, don't make this game any more interesting than it needs to be.
Yeah, right.
You know, that 5-run inning in the 7th obviously is the turning point in this game, but how huge it is. This game looked to be lost. West Allis had gotten the insurance run to pull away and get up by 2. And then the A's had 2 outs with the bases loaded, and it looked like they were going to waste that opportunity. And then Riley Palmquist had a base hit, and then obviously the grand slam by Jimmy Jervis to turn this game on its head.
So Kolakowski went 4 innings. Gavin went a solid 3. He's in line for the win. Michelangelo Granella went 1 inning, all zeros. And now Pellet is on. We mentioned Jack with a 1-2-3 inning last night. Ryan Lem, the catcher, is up. Ryan is 0 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice fly. 1 of 3 by West Allis, and all of them to right field. Their pitch out of the zone. Bouncing ball to first. Hadley makes it. Another toss.
Allis, that's his 3rd chance now where he could have taken himself, but he lost that little underhand.
He doesn't want to work too hard over there, does he?
No.
Don't want to pull a leg muscle running to first. Hunsinger up. Brian is 1 for 3 with a walk. 2 outs away from a win. I know. Slap my mouth. Nice Breaking pitch by Jack for a strike. Pitch is a strike, evens the count at 2-2 on Hunsinger. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Hunsinger not able to catch up with that one. There's 2 outs in the 9th.
Pellet and his A's career right now is 5 up and 5 down with 3 strikeouts.
First pitch in there for a strike. Breaking ball is fouled at home plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9th inning, Sheboygan on top, 9-6. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. What a pitch by Pellet. And again, a 1-2-3 inning to finish off the game. He did it last night and he comes back and does it again tonight. And with tonight's 1-2-3 inning, he earns himself a save. Lucas, your thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Obviously, it was a back and forth game, and West Dallas looked like they're starting to gain control. Like I said, they got the insurance run in the 5th, and then everything turned on its head when Jamie Jurgensen hit a grand slam on the right field fence to give the A's a 3-run lead, and Cornella and then Pellet really held the door then and finished out this win. 500 in the State League now for the A's.
All righty, Sheboygan a winner. Big hit, of course, Jimmy's grand slam. Sheboygan goes to 5-5 in the State League. West Allis continues their losing streak. It's now up to 5. They dropped to 6-7 in the league. Final score, Sheboygan 9, West Allis 6. Next game for Sheboygan is tomorrow night at Appleton. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday in a doubleheader against Lombard. Those games start at 4 o'clock. For Maddie and Lucas, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.